If you are comfortable, then I continue like this. Hope you are comfortable. Because most of the context, university, college context, the medium of instruction is English. We are much comfortable with English. But we belongs to a particular state. Maybe there may be different state people also. We have our own mother tongue, but we should be having a good knowledge in our own mother tongue. The terms, what we learn, what we use in our day-to-day practice, professional context. That should be more of our mother tongue. What the client, maybe for you, the student can better understand. So we should really know those terms, technical terms from our own language. That is most important. Okay, just I want to quote a film song which talks about that is a developmental psychology. In a Basha film, there is a song, Ra 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 Ramaya. I hope most of you Tamil people or even other language person may understand. There is a song, Ra 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 Ramaya. So that is the song, Tamil song. It is the developmental psychology in a short way, in a very simple way. So first 8, second 8, third 8, fourth 8. It is the lyrics by Kavinger Vairamuthu. It is clearly, it says what during first 8 we do. Mudal 8 till what we do. Second 8, 8 years what we do. Third 8 what we do. So that's what developmental psychological approach. So similarly, you read human development psychology, child development. You should be well versed in that. So definitely, it has lot of implication for a teacher. In that continuation, youth is also a span, a developmental span, but it is a overlapping span. It is not like what we read, childhood, adolescence, early adulthood, middle age, old age, babyhood. It is not like span. Youth is a overlapping span. It covers some part of adulthood also. So what happens during youth? So we need to understand the youth development. So youth development is the process that prepares the young person to meet the challenges of adolescence and adulthood and achieve his or her full potential. So we want to have a good, healthy adult. For that, the previous span definitely will contribute. The previous span, how we are, when we are healthy in babyhood, that will go to the next span, childhood. When we are healthy, healthy in terms of physical as well as psychological, overall well-being. If we are good, then we will have a healthy next span. So if you want a good adulthood, then the previous span should be nurtured. Previous span should be strength then only we can have a good future span. So in that way, we want to have good youth, then only we will have good adult. So then there is a positive youth development. That is what the title. It is not just incidental approach. We learn something, positive aspect during the youth development. It is an intentional approach. The entire PYD concept is an intentional pro-social approach that engages youth within their communities, school, organization, peer group, families in a manner that make them productive and constructive. So we gain something during youth development. During the span of youth, we develop some of the tendencies. Many tendencies that are all required for the healthy adulthood. Not just incidental. It should be intentional. That is what the positive youth development concept. So it is a positive psychology concept. It is a strength-based approach. How an individual can acquire many plus during their youthship. Okay, that is what the positive youth development looks for. So there are various approaches available in positive youth development. One is 40 developmental asset. This is made by Search Institute, United States. So there is an institute which started 60 years back, almost 60 years back. They are doing extensive research, and practice, training, all those things on these 40 developmental assets. That's what I'm going to cover in this session. 40 developmental assets. And there is a 5C model. Later it becomes 6C also. 5C model, very famous model, which says about past youth development. And the 15 PYD construct is there. Maybe the other nations, sometimes China and all using this concept. Some of the Asian region using this construct, though it is developed from Western, but the other Asian regions are using this concept, 15 PYD construct. Okay, still there are other models, other approaches available to explain the PYD. So this is a comparison chart, about various PYD approaches. 40 developmental asset, 5C model, 15 PYD model, social emotional learning model. So all those things. But anyway, just 5C model is very famous model. Maybe you can explore further. But now I'm moving to 40 developmental assets model. So you may think what it is, sir, 40 developmental assets. Some of you maybe, first time you are seeing, or some maybe explored already, since I have mentioned my topic of presentation as PYD, and yesterday you have gone through a questionnaire. You have filled a questionnaire, which was in a Google form. I got like a good number of students completed those questionnaire, like 150, around 150 students responded to those questionnaire. It is about PYD, past youth development, as well as other constructs. So normally, when we fill a paper pencil test, maybe nowadays online surveys, online format we are doing, there itself we develop an insight. We try to understand. Definitely when we read those items, when we respond to those items, we will get a knowledge. Definitely it has an advantage. Anyway, the idea I have given the questionnaire before I talk, I want to assess, I want to understand the level of PYD among these young people, among yourself. So I want to just understand what is the PYD level among you. So yes, I have got it. I have done now. Just immediately, morning we did some preliminary analysis. Even I share that analysis result. Okay, this is the 40 developmental asset. There are 40 concepts that can make a youth a good, healthy individual, so that in future when he become adult, he can be a good citizen of the nation. He's a good contributor of the nation. Because if a person is not well, physically, mentally, then he can't contribute. He can't be a productive member of the society. So we want the healthy people, good people, so that it is good for the nation. It helps for nation building. So this Search Institute says there are 40 aspects. These 40 aspects are the building blocks of past youth development. As I mentioned earlier, it is a non-profit organization, Search Institute in United States of America. So they did extensive research on this. So they have developed these 40 items, which was validated throughout the world. Cross-culturally, those items are validated, like gender-wise. There is no difference among male and female. There is no cultural differences. This 40 assets can be applied internationally. That much extensive research they have done. So there are 40 assets. Anyway, if we have all the 40 assets, it is great. But we can't. Sometimes, not all the assets means, that is the best thing we can have. Okay, we can't have all the 40, at least some good number of those 40. We will see that. What are those 40 things? Those 40, some are very familiar. We already know. But now you are a professional. We try to Sir, I'm in a program. I will discuss. So we try to explore, what those 40, and as I said, we already know many things. Among that 40, now you will understand when I introduce one by one. I'm not going to talk about all the 40, some key assets. So assets are concrete, positive, common sense experiences and qualities that provide understanding of what young people need to succeed and be healthy. These assets focus on solutions rather than problems. It are all positive aspect. It is a strength-based approach, I said earlier. So it predicts the good aspect an individual, but it inhibits the negative aspect. When we have these assets, we don't do some negative behavior like antisocial behavior, any of the like a drug addiction. Children's means youth don't engage if they have no sufficient amount of these assets. What are those assets? These assets are categorized into two aspects. One is external assets, internal assets. External assets, something from the other people, the significant others in our personal life, from the environment, from the society, by interaction with the teachers, by interaction with the other members of the society, and individual gain. So those are external assets. Internal assets, by that individual develops some qualities, personal qualities that are individual or internal assets. Okay, there are out of 40, 20 are external assets, 20 are internal assets. So that's what we are going to see. So 20 internal assets, 20 external assets, I said. So coming under 8 categories. Maybe external assets, there is a support, empowerment, boundaries and expectations, constructive use of time. Maybe this terms looks familiar. We all know this. Okay, we try to understand what is the importance of these assets under each category. For external, 4 categories are there. Under that, 20 assets are there. For internal, again, 4 categories are there. Under that, 20 assets are there. Totally 40 assets. So this is the complete picture. There are 40 assets. It is numbered here. Left hand side, these are external assets. Right hand side, internal assets. Now coming under support, there are 6 items. Empowerment, 4 items. Boundaries and expectations, again 6 items. Constructive use of time, again 4 items. We will select something and we will go further into that. Before that, I'm quoting an event, a recent event in Indian context, in our context, Tamil Nadu. Anyway, I thought I don't want to have a negative connotation while starting the program or while talking to someone else. Anyway, just this, I felt this is most relevant. There is a recent event in Tamil Nadu last month. There was a suicide committed by a young girl. I hope this is media news. Everyone knows. She has quoted in his death note. She wrote it like, "Mother's womb and the grave is the only 2 safe place for a woman." She killed herself. She died. I hope you are all aware of this. 11th standard student in Chennai killed herself because of some sexual harassment. She noted like this in her death note. So, this shows how maybe this is one particular negative event. Not all need not to be not many things. But there may be few. If this number is increasing, what it shows, what for us, we are professional. Maybe you are going to be a teacher. We belongs to a field, where we can help youngsters. We talk about youth. We talk about young people. then this incident is something we should note. We should understand the entire people, the professional, the policy makers, the everyone, the people who are handling those young people, youth functionaries. We should think. Then no, it is not safe. People are not feeling comfortable. Maybe one negative event, it need not to be generalized to the context. But if thing happens like this, then people feel, children feel, their environment is not safe. That's what in school bullying I have evidenced. Because I said my research area, school bullying and cyberbullying. A school should be a safe place. For children, they should feel comfortable when they come to the school. So for dropout, there are many reasons. You might be knowing very well. Dropout. One of the very basic reason is school safety. If the student feel that they are bullied, they are harassed, they are teased, they are intimidated. Either maybe school bullying contains many types. For example, physical bullying, social bullying, relational bullying, sexual or cyberbullying. Sexual bullying, there is a chance it happens in school context. Then if the children feels they are not safe, then there won't be real teaching learning process that is meant in an educational context, in a school context, college context. What happens? Teaching and learning take place. Maybe a teacher may be a very effective teacher, excellent teacher. The student is also a very good student. But imagine a situation, a teacher is delivering his lecture. The student is listening to the lecture. If somebody is pricking from the backside a particular student, if somebody is disturbing a particular student, the student can't listen to the teacher. The student can't learn or understand the lecture because that person has intimidation, a teasing, a harassment. Something happens. So school should be a safe place. So I start from that. Since I'm talking about such a relevant people. So out of this assert, I just start from this safety. That is a 10th assert. A young person should feel. These are the list of asserts. Under support, there are 6 categories. We saw earlier, I mentioned it. Empowerment, there are 4 categories. Boundaries and expectation, we will go some asserts. Not everyone, maybe it is time consuming if we explore all those 40. Some interesting things I just try to explain for the next few minutes. Constructive use of time, it is very interesting, we know that. Yes, how we have to use our time, particularly in a constructive way, not in a destructive way, particularly the youth. When they use it in a constructive way, definitely it is a strength for them. Commitment to learning, these are all internal assets. From 21 onwards, commitment to learning, much related to us. Positive values, social competencies. Yes, we need to have, the children need to have social skills, social competencies, cultural competencies, positive identity, something more, personal, self-esteem.